Hello and welcome to our presentation about the Industrial Revolution by Kim, Rima and Melda.
Workshop escalated. In the late 1800s, there was a large range of things that escalated into a revolution. Between these things, there was the countryside, production, mining, and transport, which had a huge effect on the worker class and the cultural side. But that's not it. You can basically say that it affected the whole world, and soon enough, the English industry spread to the rest of the world, who actually was lagging huge behind. Trading system. Actually, when the trading system was at its highest, it was simply dominating the world trade. That's why we all sing, "Oh, Britannia, Britannia rules the waves."
You might be wondering why it was so easy to influence the whole world. Well, it was easy because Britain actually was the biggest empire at some point on this planet. Britain had conquered huge areas in almost all corners of the world. That is one of the sole reasons why English is such a popular language, and also the reason why the trading system was so outstanding. At its highest, it was the largest empire in history, and for over a century was the foremost global power.
Revolution as it is. Agriculture. In the 1700s, where the agriculture were dominating, a problem occurred. The population were growing so fast that there weren't enough food for everyone. It was necessary for the farmers to get some structure on the farms. New technology and structure made that easier, so it all became a lot easier to be a farmer. This meant that there were almost no need for such workers on the farms. More and more came from the country looking for jobs in the city. Unskilled farmers. In the middle of the 1700s, a lot of new working places came along and was perfect for the unskilled farmers. It was the factory. Now the factory could really make the best of the situation. The unskilled farmers did not need such big wage as the skilled workers with an education. Therefore, the factories fired the skilled workers and hired the unskilled workers. The companies were making big money from this, and sooner or later there was industry everywhere.
The Industrial Revolution developed through many aspects, one of which was the ever-increasing knowledge of technology, like the sewing machine. Because people like Arkwright and Cartwright invented new sewing machines, the textile industry grew quickly. Now the factory owners built many new textile mills, factories. People from the countryside could not produce and profit enough from making cloths themselves. They had to move to the city and work as an industry worker or factory worker. While the textile industry grew for the factory owners, the farmers also had to struggle to earn money. England imported corn to feed their nation and army, so farmers got less from their corn. Because of that, farmers persuaded the government to make a law that protected locally grown corn. After that, the price of food made from corn increased to the double of the price, but the wages stayed the same. People were starving. Farmers themselves did not have enough money for food, so some began to hunt wild animals. The government became afraid of riots and promised to help those who lived in workhouses. The first and obvious change in the society was the increasing population of middle classes. Now that unskilled and uneducated people have moved to the city to work in factories, the population of factory owners increased as well. Shopkeepers, traders, and small farmers were known as the middle class. They believed that hard work and being careful how to spend the money would result in wealth. Those children of those middle classes could, with enough work, join the ranks of the upper classes. While England earned more money, the population grew drastically. In 1850, the population was 13 million, and by 1871, the population has doubled. Because workers had such a bad working condition, a political party known as the Whigs, later known as the Liberals, popped up and wanted to change some conditions in the society. They wanted to change a lot, but not enough to cause a revolution.
The positive and negative sides. One of the good things that happened was the increase of jobs. People were able to move from the countryside into the factory, into cities, and get a factory work, which means they got a wage that was always the same, even though the wage in factories was really low because there were so many people that moved from the countryside to the factories. Another thing was the production. It skyrocketed in this period. New factories came up, and those things that got in a factory, like the textile industry, got really big. They were producing over 100-fold more each day than the past days because of these factories and these machines. And the conditions was. But that made the conditions really bad because a lot of people moved to those cities, and crime also began to become big. So a person called Robert Peel made a police force that had some serious punishments for those who did crime. Necessary forces and technologies. An undeveloped country today can lack the knowledge and the resources to make new revolutionary inventions. Agriculture in an undeveloped country could be like the agriculture we had in Europe, say 100 years ago, which means they basically have our basic tools. They probably do not have the knowledge to make new or better inventions that can make their farming more efficient and have a better quality. If there should come a revolution, it could resemble the revolution back in the days at some points, but it would be far from the same, because there are already some technologies even in Africa, and those technologies can have an effect on the inventions that they make. And the place where the new revolution is coming also has a great impact, because like Africa is a totally different place than Europe.